I am going to try to defeat this one bloody ghost house because, well, every time I beat it, there's a recording fuck up, and every time there's not a recording fuck up, I fail. So, here's a random solid. The American election is coming up soon now. I'm Canadian and I just died into a pit, but being so close to Canada, we suffer similar issues, and here's an issue I have with C that is very similar in Canada, and it's the education issue. I used to be of the belief that we should make education affordable, until I started to realize that education being affordable is not the major issue. The major issue is fooling young people into thinking they need to pursue an education to begin with. Young people do not need to pursue an education. They need to pursue a fucking career. An education is only good so long as it lands you a decent paying job or a career that you enjoy. And frankly, you do not need an expensive degree to pursue a decent, high-paying career. My God, my uncle is a HVAC technician. I just died. Shit. My uncle is an HVAC technician. He did not have to pursue a fancy-smancy degree in this. In fact, in comparison to people getting university degrees, his was rather cheap. And he earns 6 figures a year. He works his ass off, but he earns 6 figures a year. My God, you do not need a career, a degree in liberal arts or medieval history or mythology, like my sister was taking, the fucking idiot, or gender studies to get ahead in life. But your teachers in high school, well, most of them anyways, there's a few that'll give you the real deal, but your teachers in high school, your teachers growing up, and your parents will tell you, oh, you have to get an education. You do not have to get an education. In fact, you should not be pursuing an education to begin with unless you really want to waste your fucking money. You should be pursuing a career. Not an education, a career, a job. I have my grade 12 diploma. I took OIC, which was grade 13 in Ontario, and I didn't bother completing it because it was fucking useless. It was the last year OIC was being taken. The only reason you needed OIC was to, if you were of a certain age group, to pursue a university education, which I wasn't even planning on. I was going to go to college to get an accounting degree. But frankly, I couldn't afford even that. Also, I really didn't have a desire to be an accountant, since that's what people were trying to push me into because, well, better an office job than a trades job or a factory job or a job that actually pays a little about the same, if not a little better than the job you're getting your degree in. I did not want an office job to begin with, other than the fact that, you know, it's easy work compared to the jobs that I've had, which was primarily construction and factory work. And the disgusting thing is, some of these jobs that I was working at where they didn't even necessarily need you to have a complete high school education, they would have accepted the fact if you were only had your grade 10. They pay better than the so-called accounting career that I was going to pursue. I am not joking. I was going to get in all sorts of student debt to pursue a job I didn't even want, because, well, you gotta have that education. Frankly, I'm pissed off that people still expect me to get this goddamn education when, well, my book's coming out, and if I were to get an education, I am interested in a few post-secondary courses, but they're post-secondary courses that, frankly, I'll not be pursuing any career in, like philosophy. Seriously, what the fuck kind of a career is philosophy going to get you? It's going to look good on your resume when you apply at a Starbucks, and that's frankly about it. Maybe you'll become a manager at a Starbucks or a Taco Bell or some retail job or what have you. We shall not be telling young people that they need to pursue an education. They need to pursue a career. An education is only as important as its usefulness. You do not need a degree in liberal arts. You do not need a degree in English literature, and you certainly don't need to be taking out close to 6, if not over 6 figures to complete these fucking courses that, frankly, you are going to be paying off all your life, and if you were smart enough to eventually realize the scam, you'd probably drop out of school or quickly switch majors. It's stupid. It's absolutely bloody stupid, and it's a goddamn scam. I think education should be affordable, but again, let's make this education affordable that's actually a fucking useful education. As far as I'm concerned, most university courses, they're a scam. An absolute scam. Who the fuck needs them? No one. And these are, of course, the major priced education that is the most important to forget, because to get as the people tell you at a young age, because the higher the education, the more value it has. The more costly the education, the more value it has. Bullshit. My God, for a couple of grand, get a certificate driving a fucking forklift, and get a better job than you will with your 6 figure university education in gender studies or liberal arts. Why are these even being taught? It's useless. It's absolutely fucking useless. And I just missed... Yeah. There is a P-switch that I missed. God damn it. This is just going to be this level 2. I'm not going to the second level, and I'm certainly not tackling the castle. This is it. But yeah. And also, don't put people down who are stuck in dead-end jobs, because, well, my sister's kind of stuck in a dead-end job, working, not retail, fast food, because she was suckered into pursuing an expensive education because, well, that's what you're told to do. She's still in debt and has people going after her for a degree at Trent University in Greek and Roman mythology. Seriously. What kind of a fucking career are you going to get with a degree in Greek and Roman mythology? Well, she said, I can be a museum curator. That's about the only possible career you can get, and frankly, you don't need that fancy smancy degree in Greek and Roman mythology to pursue a career, a job, as a museum curator. If you're lucky, that degree will get you a slightly above better than minimum wage. Maybe you'll have some benefits job at a museum. But it's not going to be worth that the price of the education. Not at all. So don't kid yourself. Face it, your degree is fucking useless. You paid almost 6, if not over 6 figures for it, and now what you gonna do? The problem is not affordable education, it's making education that is necessary. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I'm a much better writer than I am speaker, but the issue is not making education affordable, it's making necessary education affordable and telling people, young people anyways, that they need an education, an expensive education I should say, to begin with. Because, well, I live in Guelph, there's a university here, there's a college here. I lived in Peterborough, Trenton Fleming's there. And there's all sorts of students, young, idealistic students pursuing their education in degrees that, if they're lucky, will make them manager a little bit faster than, say, if they just did not bother getting their education at all and worked a few years longer in a factory job, in a fast food job, in a service industries job, in a call center, in a retail job. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, I am all for the living wage. The one thing I have noticed in my work experience, the shittier the job, the less benefits you have, if you have any benefits at all, and the less money you make. The harder you work, the less money you make. I've never worked official service industry, fast food or whatever. I had a job working at a restaurant that the drunks would go to after the bars closed and get their really greasy sober me up food. And it was the shittiest paying job I've ever had in my existence, and it was probably the job I had to work the hardest at. Didn't necessarily need any skill, but oh my god, did I have to work my fucking ass off for that below minimum wage, because a person wasn't, as far as I'm concerned. It's a long story. The company's out of business, and the person who owned it, as far as I know, is barely employed. I think he's living off his wife, but it's been years, and frankly, he got what he deserved. But yeah, if you think that McDonald's employee dealing with hundreds of people a day, all wanting different shit, the majority of which do not respect them, does not only deserves a shit job, shit wage, well, you, sir, obviously don't know how hard they work. Because they work fucking hard. They work their fucking asses off, and yeah, it may appear like an easy job, but you know what else is an easy job? Digging ditches. Construction work is an easy job, and I just beat this level. But yeah, just because it doesn't require any necessary skills does not mean it's an easy fucking job. As I said, working that service industry job was probably the hardest job I've ever had, and it was a shit wage. The jobs I had that paid the most, factory jobs and the like, it required basic arithmetic, and I had to do a bit of paperwork, but the jobs were fucking easy. In fact, the more I got promoted, the more money I made, the easier the fucking job. Anyways, that's my rant for today. I beat this. Take care, all.